What's up, motherfuckers? Alright, well, if you haven't seen my starting video, I recommend you go watch it. Who the fuck is this? I don't know what the fuck's going on, but looks like, yeah, okay. Oh, he's got his headphones on. Okay, that's what's going on. All right, so in the event of, or I guess in light of me doing my cardio session, which by the way didn't really hit like it usually does, but I think it's just because I took today would mark the 4th day that I hadn't done it because I squatted, and that was a fucking mistake. And my legs were toast. And I want to say that because of those squats, my body was forced to make a different adaptation. It was forced to make a strength adaptation rather than a cardiovascular adaptation, and I feel like that's why my workout was hindered so much. Weird, I usually burn like 400 calories on the elliptical within 20 minutes, and I couldn't even crack 300. Like it was really weird. My goal eventually is to be able to, burn like fucking, I don't know. Like right now, I want to be able to burn 1,000 calories in an hour, which would be around 350 every 20 minutes, and then around 175 every 10 minutes. Yeah, that would be the goal. That would be the goal. That'd be a fucking huge milestone. 1,000 calories within an hour. That would be huge, bro. That would mean that I'm cracking like a really high pace, and I'm cracking it for an hour. Because, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right? Like, I could do level 10 on the elliptical for, hours and hours and hours. Because it's not really challenging. But, man, throw that bitch on, throw it on fucking 17 for even 20 minutes. I mean, you're really testing like the bounds of human capability. But I want to be able to burn it just smooth, like not really, like trying, but like not really. Like I should still be in a flow state. I shouldn't be in a stress state. That's a fucking video idea that I need to make, flow state, and the importance of being in a flow state with everything. But I wanted to make this video, like I said, in light of doing in cardio, I want to make this video about, hunter-gatherer era, hunter-gatherer era level of like, no, how would I say that? So, our hunter-gatherer ancestors and how it relates today to weight loss, all kinds of different shit. And this is inspired, I don't want to take any credit, but this is inspired by Renaissance periodization, Mike Israel. It's a really good topic. So, first of all, I want to start this off by saying if any of you guys are on a weight loss journey, or you're struggling with weight, body image, whatever the case may be, I want to let you know that it isn't your fault, okay? So, yes, it is, but it's not really, right? To say it's a real gray area, trust me, it's not black and white. Because to say it is your fault is to say that our thousands and thousands of years of evolution that have been ingrained into our DNA are all wrong, which that just wouldn't be true, because the reason people are obese today is exactly why we're here today, right? Our bodies craving and absolute necessity of food, it has to be, or it had to be. I shouldn't say has to, because nowadays food is so widely available. We'll get into that. But it has to be. It had to have been on our DNA, right? Like, no. It had to be in our DNA. That's a better way to say it. Because if it wasn't, like I said, we wouldn't be here today. Like, we would have fucking starved. Okay, our ability to store away fat, and our ability to eat the way we do, That's all DNA. That's all evolution, right? That was all there for a reason. The problem is food is so widely available now that, you know, our ancestors' DNA and the widely available production of food, right? It's not a good mix. And that's why you see the obesity epidemic today, because, you know, it's what happens when you combine really deep rooted ancestral DNA and instincts with a modernized society that has an abundance of food, an abundance of medical care, right? Medical breakthroughs. Like, we have medications nowadays that can make people lose weight instantly, right? With Ozempic. Or there's another type 2 diabetes one that what's it called? It was here before Ozempic. I'm trying to think of what it was called. I can't remember, but it's another widely known type 2 diabetes drug that helps people lose weight. And what it does is it curbs hunger, right? That's all it's doing. It's not really, it's not like burning fat any faster. All it's doing is curbing hunger, which that's a whole other thing we can get into, right? Calories in, calories out. Now, you know, I've done a lot of research, and even Mike Israetel said this. Renaissance Periodization said this in one of his videos too. Hunger is also genetic. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that just naturally eat more than others due to, you already know what I'm about to say, right? Evolution, right? So, my bad, I digress. So, point being, if you are on a weight loss journey, please do not blame yourself for, I need to work on that, staying on topic. I just got off topic right now. Anyway, if you're on a weight loss journey, please do not beat yourself up. Don't tear yourself down for not being able to lose weight, because it's not entirely your fault. It's not entirely your fault. Understand that you have thousands and thousands of years of evolution, right? The evolutionary genes telling you that you need to eat as much as you can, and whatever you can't eat, save for later and eat that bitch whenever your stomach is even mildly empty. All in the name of survival, okay? So, now that we have that out of the way, once you get a handle on the fact that it's not your fault that you're not losing weight, it becomes infinitely easier, right? It becomes infinitely easier. By the way, that extends to junk food as well, right? If back in the day, if back in the day, Snickers bars grew on trees, we would eat those motherfuckers like there was no tomorrow. Why? Because they're dense in calories, right? So all this junk food that your body's craving, it's craving it for a reason. And that's what you need to understand. You're not a fucking piece of shit because you had a whole sleeve of Oreos. You're not a piece of shit because you're craving a burger from wherever, McDonald's, In-N-Out, Whataburger. You're not a piece of shit because of that, okay? You're not, right? It's okay. It's all evolution. That's all it is, right? Something else I wanted to get into is how food influences build, and how the amount of food determines what you're good at, right? So think about it like this, okay? If I'm in an environment where, and it's all connected, trust me, it's all connected, okay? So what macronutrient has the most calories? Fats, right? What animal typically carries the most fat, right? Or I should say, what kind of food carries the most fat? Now, there's some in like cashews and shit like that, and there's some in avocado, right? But if you look at vegetables and you look at fruits, very little fat, okay? Any kind of vegetation, very little fat. Same goes for carbs, right? Okay, and you have olives too. Olives have fat. Coconut has some fat in it, okay? But outside of that, not a whole lot of fat. What does carry a lot of fat? Oh, animals. Okay, perfect. Well, now that we have that out of the way, if my food source was predominantly fruit and or vegetation, right? what would be the most optimal kind of build to get me the most out of that food source, right? It wouldn't be to be a fucking giant Hulk, right? Obviously. Why not? Well, because vegetation grows in certain spots, okay? And if those spots happen to be miles and miles apart, I don't want to be a big fucking Hulk walking around, because my feet are going to kill me. My legs are going to give out. I'm not going to be able to carry all that fucking weight for miles and miles and miles to find food. Not only that, but I wouldn't be able to climb a fucking tree. You see it all the time, right? There's very few big fucking dudes in the world that can do calisthenics, right? And where does fruit hang from? Oh, trees, which I would need to fucking climb. On the contrary, what environment would I want to be in if I was a big fucking hulking guy? I'd want to be in an area where I'd have to catch animals. Why? Because big muscles equals big explosions and big strength. And that's what's needed to wrestle these fucking animals down, right? Now, there's a whole bunch of other shit that goes into that, right? Stealth, whatnot. Stealth, being able to blend in, being quiet. Also, the tools, being able to craft those tools. But it all ties together. I can't be a string bean trying to catch these fucking animals. It doesn't matter how fucking hard I throw my fucking spear. If I don't have the strength to wield, these things have to be a certain way to pierce these fucking animals. Not only to pierce them, but to fucking down them. You need a certain level of strength and power behind that. I'm going to need to be a bigger guy. And then when I catch up to that fucker, in order to have the resilience and the strength to be able to withstand any sort of nudging or last minute attempts at escape, I need to be strong to be able to withstand that, so I can kill him and fucking eat him, right? So it all ties in. I know the whole saying, right? You are what you eat. Man, if you guys haven't done any research, if you're into any sort of like physical training, diet, anything like that, and you haven't researched the Greeks, please do. Because these guys were like, in terms of time, oh my God, they were fucking centuries ahead of their time. Centuries. They knew what was good. Basically, that's basically what I'm trying to say. They knew what was good. These people would literally, they knew that in order to become a certain type of athlete, right? In order to become right, a certain kind of athlete, whether it was a distance runner or a wrestler or whatever the case may be, they knew that they had to eat certain foods to do so. Now, I know that's like, oh, well, duh, right? But to understand, they fully understood, like, the whole you are what you eat thing. They totally got that. And they were thousands of years behind. But they knew, right? It all makes fucking sense. Now, I know I'm going to get some comments about, oh, well, vegans. No. Vegans, the only reason vegans exist today is because of the way that we're able to mass produce food, okay? Nobody would be a vegan if the world went to shit, okay? Nobody would. I promise you. You're going to get fucking hungry enough. Your evolutionary, DNA, your ancestry is going to come out, and it's going to want to fucking hunt. It's going to want to kill, okay? Vegans only exist because of the way that first world countries are today. Show me a fucking dedicated vegetarian in any like third world country that isn't rich. Please do, because I guarantee you they're going to fucking hunt and kill whatever they can find, right? Obviously they're going to eat vegetation and fruit and all that good shit that comes along with it. But trust me, they're killing animals and they're eating them. Veganism is just entitlement, really. It's just entitlement to what we have today, like what society's created, which is cool that we could do that. And I mean, I'm all for it. If being a vegan is something you like, I'm not knocking you. All I'm saying is the only reason we're able to do that is because of the way that the world is today. But yeah, so anyway, I say all that to say this. Everything's connected. Kind of went on a ramble there. Fuck it, I'm gonna post it anyway. So I guess first point, don't judge yourself if you're eating junk food and you can't stay away from sugary drinks and you can't, stay away from ice cream and Oreos and McDonald's, whatever. It's not your fault, okay? And if you're shaming yourself for how much you eat, please don't, because that's not your fault either. It's all evolution. It's all ancestry. It's just in our DNA. So, and once you understand that, weight loss will be infinitely easier because you'll stop blaming yourself for all the fuck ups, man. It's not your fault. Now, it will be your fault if you can fully understand that and then still go along with, eating all the junk food and eating the, right? Then it'll be your fault because you will know that, you'll know that it's wrong at that point, and you'll understand that it's not your fault, but you'll still do it. You have to really resonate with the fact that, yes, I can't control my urge to eat these. I can't control my urge to eat these foods, but I can control if I do it or not. So, and even then, like, it really is out of our control, like, entirely. Our experiences and fate really kind of decide where our life goes. That's a whole nother topic. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, don't blame yourself if you're fat. If you want, keep eating, get even fatter, and die when you're 50, or make a change and live a longer life. Either way, either way, do you. If McDonald's makes you happy, which it makes me happy, then eat away. Understand that there's consequences, but eat away. But if you're like me and you got tired of being a fat ass and you want to change your life, then start hitting the cardio, eat less, move more, all that good shit. And be aware that your diet will dictate what you look like, and it will dictate how you perform. And yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.